Your mom actually has maybe the most powerful moment for me, the one that I felt the most viscerally,
Yeah.
and maybe because of the way you wrote it, I don't know, but like when you come home and she's just freaking out over the
Divorce.
divorce.
Yeah.
Walk us through that moment. I have the chills now just thinking about it, and I just read it.
So our beliefs are often forged, I believe, when we have these intense emotional experiences. And oftentimes those happen in our childhood. They certainly happen in our adulthood as well. But I think a lot of us really form our ideas about how the world works and our place in it, and where everyone else's place is and how we fit into the structure when we're kids. And so my parents were going through a divorce. And the one thing was really clear. It wasn't about like drugs or alcohol. It wasn't about infidelity. It wasn't about like violence of any kind. It was always about money. Money, 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 money. There not being enough of it. My mom feeling like she never knew if everything was okay. The fact that she felt powerless, like she didn't have any control over it. I mean, just the list goes on and on. And so when they finally got a divorce, I remember the day that it was finalized, and I just walked into the kitchen and my mom was sobbing. And like, she's a tiny woman, but she had lost, I don't know, 15, 20 pounds, which made her look like a skeleton. Her eyes were bloodshot, and she was on the phone with her mother, who was in Florida at the time, and she was just beside herself, crying, bawling, saying, I have nothing, I have nothing, I have nothing. I can't believe I was so stupid. Like, I mean, it was just this whole thing. And I just stood there as probably like around 8 or so, just feeling paralyzed because I really love my dad. All I wanted to do was get my mom to stop crying, like trying to figure out how to make sense of all this. Just everything felt unstable, which I think most people have some kind of experience like that from childhood. And my mom hung up the phone, and she still had tears running down her face, and her hands were like really red, and you could just see the veins. And she bent down so that her eye level was near mine. And she took me by the shoulders and she shook me. And she said, Ree, don't be stupid like I was. Don't ever, ever let a man control your money. Don't ever, ever let a man control your life. You need to grow up. You need to be independent. Don't be stupid like me. Look at me. Look at me right now. Don't ever be me. And I was just like, just no freaking clue how to process all that. But this part of me inside made a promise to myself in that moment that somehow I was going to find a way as an adult to make enough money so that the lack of it would never cause this kind of pain again. Because I knew my dad was a good guy. I knew my mom was a good guy. But I just had this equation that the lack of money equaled extraordinary stress and the loss of love and family, that giving a man control over your money meant being stupid, that giving anyone power over your life was just a whole bunch of bad things were going to happen. And so that belief formed really early in me. And to be honest, I think it's the reason that, big reason of who I am today, and what has driven me to be here and to also place such a high value on helping women be financially empowered, because the statistics are, it's pretty sad. And I've seen it even in my career when a woman doesn't feel like she has any choices because economically she doesn't. It breaks my heart.